Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. I am very excited to do this video because I know everyone has probably returned back to school. I want to do a video, something different. That idea is, is something that I want to share with people that can be very beneficial for you and your future, especially if you are still in school and if you are especially just entering into middle school, junior high school, or high school, and even college, and that is what I would have told my younger self, and what I did keep with me coming up throughout my experience of life. So I would love to share that with you, and if you would like to continue to watch, please do so. One of the first things that I want to start off with is saying that everyone has their own journey and everyone has their own destination. Remember that even though you may make mistakes, making mistakes is a good thing, believe it or not, especially if you are younger and coming up. And when I say that, you may think like, what do you mean? And the truth is that the only way that you learn to do things better is by messing up, and that's just fact. And I have experienced that, and I've learned that all my life. And the older that I become, there are times where you're going to feel inadequate. There are going to be times when you just question, just why am I just so wrong about everything, and why do I do everything wrong? But the truth is that it helps you realize what your weaknesses are. It helps you realize what your strengths are. And it also helps you to become a better person. And also realize it's about what you do with those weaknesses and those strengths. So if you realize that you may be weaker in something, you can say, you know what, I'm going to try to become better. Or you can say, you know what, I don't want to focus on this weakness. I'd rather focus on my strength. Take that into consideration. When it comes to your own journey and your own destination. You are you, and a lot of you may experience it already, but realize the people who love you and who really care about you, try to listen to them. And as much as you get older and you're learning things in like the world and on the internet or whatever the case may be, just realize that how they grew up, they didn't have social media. And they didn't have everyone in their ear telling them, you should be like this, you should look like this. Like, just realize that and take those humble characteristics that they may have and have brought along with them in life to also share with you. Social media and things like that is just a terrible way to mold you as a better person. There are things that can inspire you and help you relate to people, but then also, there's that negative aspect of you comparing yourself and saying, oh, I should look like this, and oh, I should have that, and oh, I don't have that, and oh, I'm behind in life, and everyone else has this and I don't. My first piece of advice is stay true to you and what you believe in. And that could be your religion, for example. No matter what, like say if you are a Christian and one of your beliefs is, or you've been brought up to, know that it's best to wait until marriage. If you see everyone else having sex, that's okay. Don't feel like you too have to have sex. If you want to stay a virgin until you're 18 and you're out on your own, or if you're 21, or even until you're married, just make sure you stick to what you believe in and not give into what someone else may believe in, because whatever that they may believe in is not on the same level as you. You have to realize that it took you time to get to where you are, and it's taking maybe some other people a little bit more time, or they're just in a different position as you, or if they've grown up in a totally different environment than you. So realize that they can have an impact on you, but also realize that you can have an impact on other people in a positive way. The second tip I would give my younger self, and I would definitely say I had this when I was younger, but I can definitely say I did lose some of it as I have become older, and that is by loving yourself and truly investing in you. I cannot emphasize that enough. It's not even with younger people, or females I should say. That's what females who are older, in their late 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, believe it or not, that is one of the, I can definitely say, one of the hardest things for people to do growing up, especially if you don't have anyone to tell you to love yourself. But it's even harder when you've come into such a habit of doing things a certain way and you just truly don't know how to love yourself. Loving yourself, that means doing what you love to do, doing what you like to do, experiment with different things, trying to figure out what you like and what you don't like, and listening to you and people who know you and who care about you and who actually want you to succeed in life and be great, and really just invest in you. Don't invest in other people on what they're doing. Just truly try to invest in you. People are not dependable. You're going to meet people, they're going to come and go. There are going to be people that disappoint you. There are going to be people who are going to be there for you. And then sometimes you may part ways for a small period of time. But at the end of the day, you are still with yourself. So therefore, you still have to be your number one supporter, your number one cheerleader, and the person who pushes you to go on. And also whatever deity that you believe in, just make sure that you keep that within you and yourself to continue to love yourself and always try to push for it and always try to become a better person. The third tip, what I would give to my younger self, is to not grow up too fast. Oh my gosh, I am 25. I don't even feel 25, and it's so funny. A lot of times I go to my mom and I'm like, are you sure I'm 25? Like, is this a conspiracy? Really, age is seriously just a number. Don't take that like the wrong way, like dating someone else way older than you. No, that's not what I mean. You feel how you feel. I'm grateful for the parents that I do have and growing up the way that I have to experience other things that people cannot appreciate. But I say that to say do not grow up too fast, because growing up in middle school and high school, I have seen, females who have, been heartbroken. I've been heartbroken, but who have been heartbroken not only by guys, but just by people who have been in their lives who may have manipulated them in the wrong way and told them that they need to be a woman and that they need to grow up and da-da-da-da-da. And then some of them end up having kids. And sometimes people who do have kids earlier, it can be a blessing because it helps you grow into a better, mature person. But it's also a struggle when you're still a child growing up and then you end up having a child yourself. And that is a child raising a child. Don't think that you need to wear this makeup and that you need to contour and all of this and that you have to look this certain way in your body. I remember growing up, I was so skinny, and I remember I used to want a butt, I used to want boobs and all of this stuff. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad that things have happened the way that they have, because it didn't attract the wrong guys. And the guys who did come around, who I did observe when they were attracted to the big busty girls or girls with butts and who were just willing to give it easily, I was just like, nah, no thank you, No, the hitting jewel is what I consider myself. You see these girls on Instagram and yeah, they look cute and all, and that's great, but you also need to know that there are older people in this world who are looking to prey on you. And I mean that. Even when I go out, sometimes I feel like I'm prey. And that says a lot for me being 25. People who just have ulterior motives and they want out of you what they can get out of you. And so that's when I say, like, just don't be in a rush to grow up. Enjoy your journey of where you are in life, and I promise you, you will blossom when you are meant to blossom. I did not wear makeup, just so you know. I did not start wearing makeup until I was in high school, and what I did wear in high school was some lip gloss, some little eyeshadow on my lips, some like little gold eyeshadow that kind of blended in with my skin tone. And did I wear mascara? I don't think I wore mascara, but that was it. I really started getting into like foundation and like eyeshadowy stuff until I hit college, and not even like really like freshman year of college I still wasn't into makeup like that. Like that was when Instagram and all this stuff was starting to hit the scene, and I knew what that would do. There's females out here who don't like to go anywhere without makeup because they don't feel like they're pretty enough, and that's just so sad that you get used to this deception of trying to please people and look a certain way for other people, but then like when the reality is your reality, it's hard for you to accept. So just take that into consideration and just try to not grow up too fast. Own your journey. Be on your journey. I promise you, you will blossom into the beautiful woman that you're supposed to be when the time is right. The next tip is stay away from messy people. If you are a messy person, try to be quiet. Like, seriously, challenge yourself for like a whole week. If you can't do a whole week, 2 days. And just like be quiet. And I mean, it's like don't say nothing, barely say anything. And just observe. See what difference there is when you are being involved in certain situations and the activity that happens versus what doesn't happen when you're not involved. Pay attention to that. People who are just friends with messy people, if you can, distance yourself from those people, because those people are only going to prohibit you from being a better person. It may make you a better person. It may teach you to not be like that. But by association, the people who don't like this messy person or those messy people will also not like you if they're not mature enough to get that. I've seen so many situations in school where people just were fighting over like the most stupid things, and it's kind of like, I know they're probably like, dang, that was so stupid back then. Like, why did I do that? And also realize that the people that you are friends with now, a lot of them you will not be friends with in a few years to come. If you plan on going to college or anything like that, you guys will probably grow apart. If you are trying to improve your life and your future and they are not adding to your life, you're going to sooner or later realize that, and you're going to distance yourself from that. Try to be around people who are going to add to your life, who want you to be better, who encourage you to be better, who are complimenting you. When you come to school, they're like, yes, girl, you look cute today. Let's make these A's. You need to be friends with those people. Or you could be the person that's encouraging other people. But make sure you're not the only one. So with that being said, please stay away from messy people. The next tip, the guy you like will not be the guy that you like in a few years. The guy that you like right now is the guy who's more than likely is the guy who wants to see what he can get out of you. Just for the fact that he's still trying to figure out himself. And the truth is that when you go off to college, you're going to meet a lot more people. Once you meet all these different people from different places, you're going to want to see what those people are about. The more you try to elevate yourself, the more your mind expands. So just realize that the guy that you're longing for like so much, don't get caught up into him. If he is really about anything, you won't find out until way later in life, and that's like late 20s, early 30s, because guys still in like mid 20s and up still don't know what they want to this day. They are still trying to figure out their lives, and so are you. So remember when I said invest in yourself? To add on to that, keep your head in your books and extracurricular activities as much as you can. And I promise you, this is where you start. Not in high school, in junior high school. Junior high school is where it's kind of like, you know, you sort through things. You're kind of trying to figure out, you know, where I am in this space with all these new kids that I, you know, didn't go to school with, and just get a feel for the environment, for the teachers, and that sort of thing. It also helps you to invest in the things that you like to do and don't like to do. And with that said, the things you don't like to do gives you a little wiggle room to then change your mind and say, yeah, you know, I think I'll try that again. By the time that you get to your junior year in high school, senior year will be there before you know it, and that is when it's a little too late to start thinking about what you want to do. I mean, it's never too late, but for me in personal experience, I felt lost in high school on what I wanted to do and had to figure out the hard way with going to multiple schools, trying out different majors, to then just finally graduate. And I graduated at a later time, but that's okay. This is my journey. Say if you're thinking about doing the military and you're not quite sure about it, then this could be your chance to try out JROTC, which in my time, if you didn't want to do PE, then you could do that instead. So that gives you an option of trying that out, meeting people, which is networking, which will be your best friend when you get into college and out of college for a career. And it also helps you to make new friends, new associates, be able to have mentors perhaps to get you to that, maybe that dream career that you want, because they may know somebody. Realize that. Start thinking about it now. Say if you want to do fashion, start drawing now, or maybe you were drawing before. If you just start looking at magazines, if you can't afford magazines, go online, look on websites, look for different fashion lines, look for the seasons, look for what's in and what's coming about. Engineering, try to look for programs or camps or whatever it may be that caters to people or teenagers of your age group to then help you decide, is this what I want to do? Try it out. Do not try to do this stuff when you're a junior in high school, because it's not fun. You're over here trying to take your ACT, your SAT, graduate with honors, maybe join the honor society, which I hope that you become a part of way before. And when you start to think about what type of school you want to go to, you should take college tours and get a feel for those places. I took a college tour of 2 campuses. Lame. Hate it. But it's like, if you're afraid, do it in fear. I promise you, it's better to do something in fear than to not do anything at all, because you're going to regret it. Realize, mom and dad, they're not going to always be there when you are old and one day in your career. So realize that you are in control. You have to decide ultimately what you want to do and what you're going to be happy with. Next tip I would give to you, taking risk. I mean, take risk. If you are a homebody who stays at home all the time, you're only going to get so far. If there is a trip to go out of state that's like whitewater rafting, let's throw it out there. I've been whitewater rafting and it was amazing. And I promise you, something as that small really will open up your mind, because I love to go outdoors. I love hiking. I love just trying new things. I've been skiing. I've been canoeing. I jumped off this huge bridge in Switzerland. I've studied abroad in Hong Kong, and I still have so much to experience. But I promise you, with the little risks that they may seem small can actually turn into something huge and be a very big positive thing and take a very great impact onto your life, to not be as fearful as you were and to become fearless. This goes along with making goals for yourself. They can be short-term goals, short-term being for the next 3 weeks. I want to get my work done before Saturday, which is the right way, not just any kind of way, so that I can relax on Sundays and chill. That's a great goal. Long-term goals are, I want to graduate with a 4.0 GPA so I can get a full scholarship to my dream college. Now start and say, this is a student that I'm deciding to be. I cannot let these people distract me. They will not be with me in the future. I will only be with myself. When you're in the classroom, you got to tell your friends, I'm sorry, bro, this is business. I got to get this, and this done. I can't afford, I don't want no Sally Mae loans. I want a full ride. I want a career out of college. Is that a lot to think about? Yes, but I promise you, it will be here before you know it. Write down these goals. Don't just keep it mental. Write it down. Once you look back on it, you can be like, dang, like I kept up with this. Like I actually did it. And then you can take that with you and apply that to your work ethic and to apply that into your career ethic, and that will help you be very successful. This is kind of shifting a little bit because this is true and it is serious. People around you who are going to try to influence you, whether if it's good or bad. Bad things that is just very detrimental to you is drugs. If you want to drink, wait until you're much more mature, because believe it or not, your body is still forming. Not get into cars with people if you know that they have been drinking irresponsibly, especially if they are underage. And don't even get in the car with people who have been smoking and smell like it, because that's just a matter of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. And that itself can get you in trouble, even if you haven't done a thing. But the fact that the people that you surround yourself with, that itself can get you in trouble. Don't do it because other people want you to do it. You're going to look cool. You're trying to impress people. People will respect you more when you're like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm not. No, thank you. You don't have to say I'm not into that. Don't do that. Just be like, nah, I'm good. Thanks, so. They will respect you for that, because it tells them that you have a strong mentality and you don't have to be influenced by what everybody else is doing. The next thing I will say, if you are thinking about having sex, or if you are having sex, please, please, please make sure that you speak to someone about this privately if you are uncomfortable. And as uncomfortable as it may be, I know, trust me, I know, I've been there. As uncomfortable as it may be, it can save you from a very big life-changing decision. And I say that meaning it can save you from having to tell your parents or parent or guardian, whoever they may be, that you're pregnant. And not pregnant, but you're 16 or you're 13 and you barely know anything about sex. But yet your body has been able to produce a living human being inside of you. which is then when you have to make the decision to keep the child or not keep the child. So think about it. Well, do I want it to be awkward and talk about this for an hour and make better decisions, possibly get birth control or condoms of that nature? Or do I want to get pregnant at a young age where I don't know anything about sex really? I don't even really know why I'm having sex. All I know is that it may feel good and that it's supposed to offer me some type of love or attraction or some feeling of want and an extra human being that I have to take care of for the rest of my life, and I have to be associated with a person that I probably wouldn't be with in the future anyway because we're both supposed to mature into better adults. Think about it. Which one would you want? That's all I am saying. If you want to wait till marriage, wait till marriage. When you tell someone no and how they react after you tell them no, that will reveal to you what their alternative motive was in the first place. I don't want you to feel like you're judged if you are having sex. If you are having sex, just make sure that you're taking the best precaution and you know what could happen if you're not protecting yourself. And this is true, like this is reality. Try to get on birth control or don't have sex at all, use condoms, that sort of thing. But please just make sure that you talk to someone, because I promise you it could save your whole lifetime by one conversation. A moment of awkwardness or a lifetime of not having that awkward conversation. So I am so happy I could share those tips with you. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask in the comments down below. I hope that this was very helpful for anyone. If anyone has ever had these type of experiences, and who knows, please leave your testimonies down in the comments below as well to help at least one individual. If you have someone who's younger that looks up to you, try to help them out as well to make better decisions. Really just try to spread love, not be judgmental, and just really talk to them and help them be responsible individuals and to be better individuals for this world, for this generation, and for their future. Like this video, please subscribe if you have not. If you would like more videos like these, please let me know, and let me know what topics. I would be happy to share them with you. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Yeah, remember, this is your journey, nobody else's. Yours is going to be different. It's got your name written all over it, and you can own it. So I will see you later, and thanks once again.